A woman was about to drive home when a man suddenly came up behind her, put a plastic bag over her head, and pulled it tight. She couldn't make a sound. She hit him with the back of her head, knocking him over, and tore off the plastic bag. Crawling, she tried to get help from a nearby black man, but he was wearing headphones and listening to rock music, so he couldn't hear her. The woman hadn't crawled even a meter before the man covered her mouth with his hand again. He took out duct tape, sealed her mouth, and tied her hands and feet with a large bag. Just as the man went to get the car, a nearby car owner returned but didn't see the woman on the ground. "Haven't you learned to check around your car, Compson?" The departing car just made room for the man to park. Then the woman was picked up and stuffed into the trunk. While waiting at a red light, a police car happened to stop next to them. The man appeared calm and composed, but inside he was panicking. As soon as the light turned green, he floored the gas pedal and sped off. After driving for a while, they arrived at a house in the middle of a forest. The woman was dragged into a secret room. The man told the woman that the room was built with concrete walls from the 40s and equipped with professional soundproofing. Even if she screamed her lungs out, it wouldn't help. After the woman promised not to scream, the man prepared to remove the tape from her mouth, asking her to honestly state her name. But as soon as the tape was removed, the woman let out a blood-curdling scream. "Since you want to scream so much, go ahead and scream all you want," he said. The man closed the door and left, turning off the lights in the secret room. He checked the recording equipment to ensure it was working perfectly. Then he started cleaning up the bloodstains on the floor. The woman got up from the secret room floor. She kept banging against the walls and shouting into the gaps, but it was all in vain. Next, she went to the ventilation shaft and shouted desperately. But in this godforsaken wilderness, even if her voice could get out, there was no one outside to hear it. The man loaded bullets into his gun. Once the woman in the secret room quieted down, he returned to the room. He tentatively asked her, "Are we going to discuss business, or do you want to keep screaming?" Seeing the woman remain silent, the man approached her. The woman said, "Don't touch me. I have money, savings, $50,000. If you need it, you can have it all." The man said, "I don't need your money," and then started fiddling with the gun in his hand. "Is he going to kill me?" The woman was terrified. "If you let me go now, I promise I won't say anything," she pleaded. The man asked her name, and she said it was Casey. Then the man left the room and started searching through the woman's bag. Inside, he found a bank card but no other information. There were no clues on the phone either. The woman tried to break free from the ropes, but it seemed useless. Finally, she managed to move her hands from behind her back to in front of her. When the man returned to the room, the woman took the opportunity to hide behind the door and ambush him. She had been kidnapped and taken to a secret room. When the man opened the door again, she was ready. With her hands and feet tied, the woman could only crawl on the floor. She hadn't crawled more than a meter before the man grabbed her leg. She kicked him in the face, then picked up a vase by the door and smashed it over his head. Crawling on the floor, she shouted for help and reached the table to call the police. Before the call could connect, the man smashed the phone, crying out in anger. The woman banged on the glass, shouting for help, but no one outside could hear a thing. When the man approached her with a gun, she quickly lowered her head and pleaded for her life. While he was distracted, she grabbed something from the table and hit him again, knocking him out. In a panic, she searched her bag for her phone. Unfortunately, there was no signal. She found a knife and cut the ties on her feet, then hurriedly took the knife to the door. To her dismay, the door was locked tight. The man got up again. Seeing she couldn't escape, he calmly sat down and started eating, inviting her to join him for a chat. She hesitated, brandishing the knife, but he tapped the gun on the table, so she reluctantly sat down. The man asked her name again, and she repeated it was Casey. He slammed a plate down and pointed the gun at her, but she knocked it away. She brandished the knife, and he kicked the gun aside and lunged at her. He managed to knock the knife from her hand, but she bit him hard. Then she wrapped her arms around his neck, and as he was about to suffocate, she suddenly let go. Crawling to pick up the gun, the man, realizing what was happening, dragged the woman back and then walked over fiercely. The woman lay on the ground, motionless. The man first picked up the gun, then dragged the woman back to the secret room. While the man was eating outside, the woman, who had woken up, noticed a crack in a tile. After a long time, she still couldn't get it down. The man came in again with the gun, asking for her name, date of birth, place of birth, education, parents, and occupation. The woman answered each question, but the man said she wasn't telling the truth. He gave her another chance. The woman repeated what she said before. The man angrily muttered and fired a shot next to the woman's head. "If you don't tell the truth, next time it will be your head." This time, the woman told the truth. Her parents divorced. Her twin sister committed suicide. She died in a Casey-like manner. Her sister's name was Natalie. She studied nursing and was a nurse. The man got the answers he wanted and left the room. He took out his phone, held it up to the vent, finally got a signal. But before he could say more than a few words to the emergency services, the signal was lost again. He suddenly remembered the woman's phone. He searched but couldn't find it. He quickly went to the secret room and found it on the woman. Then he smashed the phone to pieces with the gun barrel. This time, the man revealed the reason for kidnapping the woman. It turned out his wife had died mysteriously under the woman's care. He just wanted to know why the woman killed his wife. If she didn't tell the truth, there was only one way out: death. The woman finally revealed the reason. She and her sister believed in loyalty from a young age. Her father repeatedly harassed her sister's friends. After her mother found out, her father abandoned them, leaving the three of them unable to hold their heads up in the small town. Her sister couldn't take it and hanged herself. Since then, the woman has hated infidelity. During her time as a nurse, some patients would confide their secrets to her. The man's wife actually had a boyfriend, and during her hospital stay, the boyfriend visited her many times. The boyfriend was tall, strong, and handsome. To her, those unfaithful in marriage were sinners. So, I killed her. The man didn't believe this and went out to check the videos of his wife before she died. He found that when his wife saw the phone, she absurdly hung up and placed the phone on the sofa, her expression no longer natural. This was clearly not an ordinary call. The man was about to break down, constantly hitting things at home, when he noticed the woman picking up the broken phone from the floor and using it to pry up the broken tile. The man returned to the secret room, demanding the woman turn herself in. The woman didn't speak but responded with that broken tile. Then, she fiercely kicked the man in the stomach. After giving the man a hard punch, the woman quickly ran out of the secret room. She couldn't find the gun, so she grabbed a knife, intending to return to the secret room to finish off the man, but unexpectedly, the man trapped her arm with the door. Then, the man took the opportunity to run out of the secret room. Just as he got the gun in his hand, the woman kicked it away. The woman wildly swung the knife, and the man took the chance to slap her hard. As he turned to get the gun, the woman tackled him from behind, slamming his head to the ground. Then, the woman quickly grabbed the gun, and the man didn't dare to move. At this moment, the daughter and the nanny returned, and the woman cried, shooting the nanny with one shot. Then, she used the gun to hold his daughter hostage. The man was terrified. This left the man stunned. He promised that as long as she let the child go, he wouldn't tell anyone about this. But the woman no longer trusted him, and he had already called the police, who should be arriving soon. How would they explain all this when the time comes? The man said everything in the room was recorded, and the police would see it all. While the woman was in a daze, she bit his arm hard. The man told his daughter to run quickly, then lunged directly at the woman. He knocked the gun out of the woman's hand and tightly choked her neck until she passed out. Unexpectedly, as the man got up, the woman climbed up from the ground again. The man fired a shot. After finding the daughter hiding in the room, the man pulled out the room's storage USB drive. The two quickly got into the car, but unexpectedly, the woman aimed the gun at the man again, only to find the gun was out of bullets. The two started fighting by the car, and the woman stabbed the man in the thigh. The man retaliated with a metal knife, and the woman hit him back with a brick. After a series of exchanges, the man fell to the ground. The woman picked up a nearby pitchfork, preparing to deliver the final blow to the man. The man held on tightly with his hands, holding a fork, and suddenly made a sharp turn. After the woman got hit a few times, she happened to hit the garage door switch. The man dodged a few meters away with a soft move. Unfortunately, the woman was trapped underneath. Finally, it was all over. The man hugged the daughter, unsure if she was his biological child. At this moment, the police car arrived just in time. The movie, 10 Feet Sword Square, ends here. A film that could have been wrapped up in a few minutes was stretched to a full hour and a half due to unforeseen circumstances and the director's mischief. Alright, if you want to see more great movie reviews, please follow me. Bye bye.